Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And to all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of time to tune in. I don't know if these notifications went out all the way through, but I did set the notification up for tonight. First things first, hope everybody had a blessed and productive Tuesday. Hopefully everybody is making it through the day, getting home safe. Those on the West Coast, I know it's still kind of early. Hopefully, y'all done got through the day as well. Appreciate those who tuned in to the live this morning. Definitely was a good conversation. Shout outs to Sheed and definitely shout outs to Eyes Love to Talk for popping up on the panel this morning. Definitely was a good conversation, and today is kind of like a part two to it. But the title is clear as day up. We really do got to start breaking the cycle, and it starts with the community and it starts with the village. It does because again, I still felt the type of way about this morning. You know, at 8:30 in the morning, the kids should be in school, not in a strange building, sitting around, hanging with their friends, just to chill out. Some of you parents are definitely gonna have to get in accordance and start making sure your kids are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because when you're not paying attention to them, this is when things happen. You know, and I know for a fact that these three did not live in my building because I've never seen them a day in my life. But it just goes to show you it's sad that instead of going to school, you would rather go somewhere and go sit somewhere in a stairwell or sit in the hallway when your ass should either be in school or you should have stayed home. Sorry to say it like that because this is getting to become too much. You know, again, the kids are trying their hardest to be adults now. And when the adults are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, this is why the things are happening. Some of y'all crying and moping about the violence, moping and crying about the kids not having no respect and no morals and no boundaries. And in the same token, you're not standing up and correcting them when they in the wrong. See, back in the day, we used to sit back and listen to the OGs that was telling us certain things because they was telling us shit from experience. They didn't want to see us going down the same road or making the same mistakes, you know. And some of them was telling us that for their own good because they definitely didn't want to see us go down that road, you know. And this is what needs to happen. Y'all gonna have to start breaking down to these youth and breaking down to the kids what's really going on and give them a reason to want to be successful in life. You know, it's sad. You cry and mope about specific situations and you're not trying to strengthen the bounds that you're supposed to strengthen. Yo, Hood, what's going on, my guy? Sunshine, what's going on? Definitely appreciate y'all. You know, because this is a sad reality we living in. And some people are gonna sit there and try to say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you just coming on here to no." We getting tired of seeing the same old madness and rhetoric going on. This is why people like me come on here and speak the way I speak. I don't care about who be in their feelings, and I don't give a fuck about how you feel about it. I don't. Because right now we got a real situation we got to really try to address. Why are we not coming together as a village and a community to try to stop the situations that's going on with the youth? Why are we not trying to give them something to look forward to? Some of y'all know y'all could put y'all money together, invest, and do what you need to do to bring back some of these things for the kids, but you ain't even doing that. You'll focus on buying a damn expensive car or some other shit, but you won't focus on putting some money together just for the kids. This is exactly why things are going on now. These kids have nothing to do. Y'all not offering them nothing to do. You know they took away most of their after school programs and stuff. And even the programs that we have in the neighborhood, some of them are dying down because nobody wants to help, nobody wants to volunteer, nobody wants to try to donate to try to keep things afloat. How are you expecting the kids to be better adults when we teaching them already that there's no hope for them? James, what's going on, my guy? Platty, what's going on, baby? Hope you feeling a little bit better. Madeline, what's going on, sis? See y'all definitely in here. Cowgirl, what's going on? What's going on? See y'all all in here. Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. But this got to stop because again, my heart felt so bad only because this is the second time within a couple days where you got young women that should be either at home or be somewhere safe. They in a place where it could be danger. Just like the other night, those two girls sitting in the. I'm like, are you kidding me? At 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. First of all, both of y'all don't even look older than 16. Why are you sitting in the damn stairwells at that time of night, knowing that there's things going on in this building? You know. And again, where are the parents at? Because I don't give a damn. My child is under 18. My child can't be out past a certain time. Nah, you got to be in this house. And if you ain't going to abide by rules, then you're going to have to make a way for your own and do your own thing. That's the problem now. Some of y'all parents are not even laying down the ground rules in the house. You're not. No way you want to tell me some of y'all are allowing your kids to run the household. That coming in whenever you feel like it, shit. I don't know where that shit even got started from. But I'm from that era where, look here, you wasn't in the house before a certain time and you thought it was a game, you would be locked out for the night. I found that out one good time. But luckily, I wasn't fully locked out. You know, like I said, I had family on the floor too, so it was like I had to go sit there and wait. You know, like you can't do that. You can't sit here and expect to do anything you want to do and you're not paying the bill, you're not doing nothing. But you parents will not sit here and put your foot down when you need to. Some of you are, and you know, it's a good thing that you're continuing doing what you're doing because you're showing and proving that you want to see greater from the kids. Yo, Frankie, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, this generation is different only because now it's like the parents are getting younger and younger. The grandmothers are getting younger and younger. No way you gonna tell me you a grandmother at 38, not even 40 years old. You know that's what I'm saying. You know, it's too much of that going around. Too much. And again, this don't make no damn sense. When these girls should have been in school, they're out and about early in the morning trying to get high and talking about boys. See, that's another thing y'all gonna have to start dealing with. You people who have girls to take care of, you better make sure they're in accordance. Start teaching them how to be a proper woman, how to be a proper lady, period. Don't make no sense. Some of these kids is talking way out of fucking pocket. Some of them are doing way too much and nobody's trying to check it. Uh-huh. Mooski Booski, tell your mother to go eat cock sandwiches, nigga. Eat the biggest cock sandwiches. There's always one dumbass troll. Tell your mother to eat your frank or your vagina, nigga. You probably the same person, like I said. You're probably allowing that shit to happen to people in your family. Don't come in here with that dumb shit tonight, nigga. I got smoke for anything. Anything moving. This ain't no joke right now. When we talking about serious topics, if you ain't going to say something or add something good to it, go eat your mama, suck a llama, and die. Now, back to the damn lesson. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Madeline, you be surprised nowadays. Some of these grandmothers are getting younger and younger. You know, and this is what I'm saying. Like, there's no structure. There's no, you know what? Like, I respect that. Y'all gotta have to start telling some of these women, look, you're gonna have to start telling some of these girls that same shit too. You can't just be giving up your box to everybody. Sorry to say it like that. You can't. You know, because then when you slip up, you have this type of situation. Now, look, you a young parent. You know, and back in the day, you had some, even though this was something that was always going on, it's rare you had too many teen pregnancies like how you got now. But back in the day, even when there was teen pregnancies, some of them was still finishing school and making sure they was taking care of their family the way they was supposed to. They ain't like that no more. And it's sad because again, these girls, in my opinion, should have been in school. And even if you wasn't going to be in school, you should have been somewhere in the house. See, I'd be one of those parents where, oh, you ain't going to school, you still going to learn something today. We still going to chop it up. You still going to get this education. There's no playtime unless it's time to play. Sorry. This is why the kids are failing or struggling now. Some of y'all not breaking the cycle. You know you can't possibly help your kids with homework. Get them a tutor. See, this is where pride comes into play because some of it is not cool. Instead of you opening your mouth and saying, yo, I gotta try to get my kid help, or I gotta try to see if I can get some help, you'll sit there and let your kids suffer. What part of the game is that? Shiki, what's going on, baby? See you in it. And pardon the interruption because we had the snipe patrol out of here already. It's probably the same person I already addressed. So again, good sir, stop playing in your vajayjay and go get you a job. You'll do better. That trolling shit ain't working. You know, and this is a sad reality because we already got too much shit going on as it is. And when the kids really should be trying to focus and get themselves in accordance, they being distracted by the things on social media, the things in the streets, or just they being distracted by the things that some of these friends are doing. You know, and some of you parents have to go back to that. You have to evaluate who your kids is hanging with and what they getting into. Because for all you know, these same friends could be getting your kid in trouble and you not know it. Hey Anita, what's going on? You know, because you don't want to have a situation where you hearing something about a girl getting raped, possibly killed, sexually assaulted. We don't want to hear things like that. We don't even like to hear it when it comes to women going through that. So just imagine the youth, you know, and there are sick fuckers out here that prey on youngins. So this is why I say you have to make sure your kids are safe at all costs, even if you can't be up over them 24/7. You got to have watchful eyes and ears because anything could be happening in these places that they're going to hang out at. And if they ain't going to school, I feel like this, they shouldn't walk out the door there. If you ain't going to school, guess what? You're going to learn school in here today. That's what's going to happen. For those who just tuned in, y'all already know, hit the like button. I'll drop the link in a minute. You know, I want to get people's view and opinion because again, this morning was definitely a good convo. And again, shout outs to Sheed and shout outs to Oz Love to Talk. You know, it goes to show you that you have people who do almost think the same way or have the same common goals and beliefs. We want to see the kids be the future. We want to see them on the forefront succeeding. We want to be able to build generational wealth without the hate and without the nonsense. But how can we do that if we ain't breaking the simple cycles? Again, you parents have to get involved. Start making sure you know what your kids are getting into and where they at all times. Because all it takes is one situation, and that could be it. That could be the fatal situation. I don't blame you, Shiki, because you know when you know it's different out here now. See, like it's different out here. Anything is liable to happen. I'm not gonna say out of all five boroughs in the city, there's only two cities that you know 9 out of 10. There's always gonna be something jumping on from sun up to sundown. That's Brooklyn and the Bronx. Queens, yeah, they still wild, but they kind of got quiet. And the only reason why I say it got kind of quiet is because everything that we've been hearing always happened in either Brooklyn or the Bronx. It's always. And when something does happen in the Queens, it's like you get one or two stories, but every other story is either these two boroughs. So that's why you got to be mindful because you got these youngins now that's not even going to school. They being a part of these gangs and being a part of these sub crews, and they out here wilding. And then some of y'all adults act like y'all scared to put your fucking foot down. See, back in the day, the OGs wasn't playing with none of us kids. It's either you gonna respect what's going on, or you was gonna get the respect beaten into us. Miss QT, what's going on, baby? Appreciate y'all tuning in, though. You know, because this is a topic of conversation that needs to happen. Because what is it going to take for y'all to realize that these kids are precious? And also, what does it take for y'all to realize that they are going to be the future runner-ups for everything that we're trying to change now? We got to get them in accordance. There's not too many lawyers, not too many doctors. No, come on. Start getting them focused on either a skill or get them focused on something that they know they could do for life. It's not enough of that. We got too many athletes. We got too many damn celebrities as far as movie stars and music artists, all that shit. We got too much of that. How about we really start grooming these kids to be something better besides those things? That's not the only way you could get yourself up out of a dire situation, by trying to give up your morality just for some money. How about you teach them the finer things? Supposed to. No doubt, Platty. And I do hope you feel better. I know the migraine's been a motherfucker. But hopefully you'll be able to get through this week. And we are praying for you. And we definitely do need you healthy, baby. No, but it's something that is going to be said. And you're going to have some people that feel like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. I don't got to pull out a statistic chart when I'm seeing shit every day. I don't got to pull out no statistics to prove that this is what's going on. Because again, you probably go. If I wasn't at work right now, I'd probably be zooming through one of these buildings in my area. 9 out of 10, half of the floors are going to be flooded with fucking kids, either in the staircases or in the hallways. 9 out of 10, you're going to have weed smell everywhere. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a drink somewhere in the vicinity. Because again, these parents are not watching their fucking kids. These parents is letting their kids just do whatever. And that's the sad part about it. And then when something really major happens to your kid, now you want to cry. You want to mope. You want to try to point the fingers. You got to point the fingers at yourself because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're going to have some people that don't want to hear this truth, but guess what? You want to hear it out this mouth. Give a damn how you felt about it. And if you can fucking find something to prove me wrong, then prove me wrong. Other than that, I'm not shutting up. It should be a point where everybody should really come into accordance. The community and the villages have to come together, man. You know? See, back in the days, we had a balance because before social media, even when we was with the video games, we still had a balance. We were being up, we probably play a game for a couple hours. And then within that same time, if the moms and the pops wanted to go do something, we go do something. As you're supposed to. You're supposed to give your kids balance. Why not try to expand and broaden their horizons? My mom was always, don't think because I was a hood booker, I wasn't cultured. Fuck out of here. My mom used to take me to the museums, used to take me to the science exhibits, all of that shit. Yeah, we had our fun going to the arcades and stuff too, but we mostly was always learning something new or experiencing something new. That's what needs to happen now. But it done got to a point where some of these people in the community are lazy. And then you have people who do want to help these youth, but if the parents are not trying to come into accordance and they ain't even trying to fucking like let it happen, how can anything change? No, and that's the truth though, Shiki. Like, see, the same thing with me. I wasn't playing my game system all throughout the week. Unless it was really one of those, I ain't have no school and I ain't had no homework. I would still try to study for like an hour, and then I'd just be doing me. But see, the problem is now, like right now, the kids barely go outside. And when they do go outside, most of them are getting into fucking trouble. See, back in the day, we used to get into some mischiefs, but it wasn't to a point where parents had to come get us. or the parents was mourning something because we did something. My bad, y'all. You might hear some wind. I gotta come out here and smoke my damn cigarette. And it's still fake snowing out here, but no snow stuck yet. Hey, April, what's going on, sis? And it's something that needs to be said. And it's going to keep continuing to happen because if you don't address things the way they need to be addressed, nothing is ever going to get done. And this is the thing. We have the power, we have the power, and we also have the knowledge to try to make things change. But if we ain't gonna come together and at least try to really make it work, how the fuck is it gonna work? And again, it does start at home. But even if you take a look into some of these backgrounds and really see what's going on, you'll see for yourself. Some of these kids are doing the things they're doing because they're not getting the proper home balance. Some people, some of these kids might have their grandparents raising them, and if the grandparents are old, like they could barely do anything, of course they're gonna run all over them. Oh, my grandmother ain't gonna do shit. I'm gonna go out here and do the fuck I want. And see what happened to them scared straight programs. What happened to all those little programs that they used to try to give us back in the day? It's like everything is disappearing. See, back in the day, like right now, a kid don't even got to go outside because if they already got a prime example, they got an Xbox or a PlayStation, they got internet, 9 out of 10, they ain't going to fuck outside. And if they go outside, they're going to go link up with some of their friends and then go get into some mischief. Like just before I started this live, I was in the middle of a rant. Same little ass kids from a couple weeks ago, still trying to hop over in this construction area. I told one of them, I said, my nigga, if you jump in there and you get hurt, I'm going to laugh at you, and then I'm going to wait to call the ambulance because you act like you don't understand English. Stop doing dumb shit. Again, when you should be in a house right now, as cold as it is and as windy as it is, you want to be out here doing stupid shit. Let me explain something. Any nigga with common sense is going to tell you I'm not touching nothing that's metal when it's already cold outside. And if I ain't got no gloves, I definitely ain't touching nothing. So why would I put myself in that position? This is the problem now. Again, some of y'all don't even know what your kids are doing at this time of night. When they really should be in the house trying to prepare for school, they are still out and about, probably hanging. And you don't care until something happens. Then you want to cry victim. Then you want a whole outreach. Y'all got to stop that. You have to stop that shit. I'm glad that you feel a little bit better. It's just it has to stop. We have to start changing for the better. We have to. And again, I apologize for the wind you hearing in the background. But this just goes to show you, as fucking windy as it is outside, as kind of cold as it is, y'all would try to hop the fucking area where you know you could possibly get hurt instead of taking your ass home. Again, parents, what are you doing that your kids are underage and they outside all hours of the night? The only thing I can say that's funny about the news stations to some degree, some of them still got that damn announcement. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? And 9 out of 10, half of y'all don't know where the fucking kids is at. Because you're so busy still trying to be young. You're still busy trying to be down. Instead of saying, let me make sure my kid is good. Shit is getting ridiculous, man. And this is why it's going to be hard to build to. Because some people don't want to get the fuck out of their own ignorance and try to make something work. You can't cry and mope about things in the community not changing if you ain't trying to be a part of the change. You can't cry and mope about these kids being out here doing a whole bunch of fuck shit if you are part of the fuck shit yourself. You know what I'm sorry to say, some of the elders and some of the old and some of the adults are moving like kids. So how can the kids fucking look up to anything or even aspire to be anything if y'all moving just as wacky as they are? Grown ass men and women that's in their 40s and 50s still acting like they 15. Instead of saying, let me try to fucking set an example for these youngins. Come on, this shit is retarded, man. Really is. Shit. When topics like this come, you always gonna have one dumbass troll, and then you're gonna have a whole bunch of people that probably might be listening, and then they ain't listening. So this is only for those who are listening. You know, this is becoming a problem now. We gotta take the ball back, man. I'm saying that's the truth. We have to take that ball back one way or another. We have to. Because some of us are already looked at as OGs in the hood. So my thing is, what's hard for you to really open your mouth and say something and try to get these kids intact in the best way, shape, form? Fucking sad though, because at the end of the day, we supposed to be trying to show them better and make them do better. And we know some people are just gonna go down the path that they choose, but we should still at least try to guide the ones who want to make a good change, who want to make the good path. You know, because again, you want to have those who just want to be knuckleheaded and not going to want to hear or listen to any type of good reasoning. So you can only reach those who want to be reached. You know, you can only help those who really want to be helped. And right now, we should be trying to help these youth inspire and be greater. But if we ain't going to do that, then it is what it is. You know, you can only try to reach and try to help those who really want to be helped. I'm really sickened because again, you want to see the best for these youth. You definitely want to see them do better and be better. But how they going to do that if every time you look, the adults is slipping up, dropping the ball? You know, some of you parents are doing what you're supposed to be doing in your communities as far as making sure your kids are safe, making sure they're right, you know, around the right influences, and that's the way it should be. You know, because again, your kids shouldn't be corrupted before a certain age, and your kids should have their own mindset too. You know, yes, you got to educate them in the best way, shape, or form, but you also got to make sure that they're their own person too. Make sure that they're a leader and not a follower. See, the one thing I could always say, my mother said that shit to me as a kid. Always be a leader and not a follower. You know, and that stood to me because guess what? It goes back to that old saying: if all your friends jumping off the bridge, you going to jump off too? No. You know, you're gonna want to have your own mindset and think about things. And see, some of these kids are being pressured to do things because again, they scared to go up against a whole group of people. But then again, you got to give them that knowledge and that strength to know. Listen, even if they disagreeing with you on this, that should tell you right there these people ain't for you. And the link is in the chat in case anybody want to pop up and add to this. But this is something that need to be spoken about. And again, where are the parents at when these kids are supposed to be in school? And I'm not talking about the working parents because we know where they at. But I'm talking about the parents that ain't doing shit from 9 to 5 when they kids supposed to be in school. What are you doing? You know, some of y'all will be hearing that your kids is out here doing stuff, but you won't want to listen to it. Oh, you can't tell me how to raise my kid. Who the fuck are you? And this is why the things are happening the way they're happening now because irresponsible, immature parenting. Is this Miss April Showers? What's going on, baby?
Hey, Nate. Hello, everybody in the chat. You are all wonderful, great, and amazing people. Yeah, black people, whatever we want to call ourselves, black, colored, Negroes, or something. I'm going to tell y'all, and I don't care if you get offended. I'm 60 years old. I done survived the streets, cancer twice. I could have been in jail and prison. I ain't getting ready to sugarcoat nothing. I'm sick of you Negroes. I'm sick of y'all trying to come up with a new way of raising your kids. You are raising kids to be disrespectful. You raising these kids not to respect their elders. You you letting your kids run your house. You sitting around talking about other family members in front of your kids. Ooh, y'all make me sick.
They got all rights to feel that way because that's the truth, and this is coming from an elder in the community that's saying that. Like y'all doing too much,
Let me
man.
tell you something. I
Same as
checked
being
I checked one of my family members about something, right?
a,
Her daughter called me, asked me, why was I getting in some business? I told him as the eldest, my business, and don't you call me.
yeah,
She told me what she would do to me. I
disrespectful.
said, bitch, if I ever see you. Oops, excuse me.
You good? It's my channel. You good, man? Talk your shit, girl.
Let me tell you something. I can't be around nobody that's ever told me they put their hands on me. I don't go to none of their family functions to this day. They tell me to get over it. I tell them that girl said she put her hands on me. Wherever I see her at, it's on and popping. Ain't nobody gonna threaten me. I don't care if I'm 90 years old. I can't walk. But you truly got me messed up. And they try to call. Oh, let it go. I ain't letting nothing go. I am not letting nothing go. Having my cousin's child tell me what she would do to me.
Yeah, that's something that gotta stop. The disrespect, even amongst family, you gotta have respect level.
Right. And so I don't go to any of their events because I don't shut my mouth and I tell them. I told them all. I ain't going nowhere. That girl threatened to put her hands on me. That did something to me. Now I don't know about y'all. Somebody talking about putting their hands on me. I come from the old school. Then we gonna fight and settle this. And then to come from family, oh no, that's a double threat. Like I
Right.
said, I don't care. Some days I can barely walk and get up and move. But wherever I see her at, it's on. And you can call the police on me, you can do whatever. To have a family member threaten you,
Yeah.
first of all, to even have them call you and disrespect you because they mammy trifling and she like that kind of BS. See, we got some messy black folks out here. Okay.
Mm.
I can't help it if you done spent all of your life on crack. I can't help that. Go get the help you need.
Exactly. That's what people fail to realize. Anytime you know you
But
need help, this is where the
you
pride
know,
comes into play. Because if you know you got issues with drugs and you really sincerely trying to get help, go get help.
you know, stop faking the funk out here. But like I say, I blame it on them. They sit around, they lie about other relatives. You know, this what people do now anyway. Your kids ain't your friends, damn it. They are not your friends. Do not be getting in your kids' business. Let kids handle their own business. Run your house. Get these kids off these computer games. Make them get up. Now I know some people live in some unsafe neighborhoods.
Mm.
Well, if you got to just walk around your house or something, get some fresh air, but get them off these computer games. But y'all too busy gossiping, trying to make TikTok videos on YouTube, on Facebook, watching who you think your man or woman might be fooling around with, or you know they messing around with. You too busy watching they moves to watch your own kids.
Exactly. And that's the problem. You know, the kids and the adults. And like I said, yeah, you could somewhat be a friend. I could say only somewhat because again, you still have to have that boundary because your kids are supposed to be able to come to you and talk to you and feel comfortable around you. But then again, you got to still have that boundary. Like, look, at the end of the day, I'm your parent first before anything. So you got to
Right.
respect the boundaries. Yeah. Lovey, what's going on, baby?
Yeah. But you know, like I say, my people, y'all pathetic now. Now, if this applies to you, then you ain't gotta, be all up in the air. But what I'm seeing, and I'm 60, compared from the time that I grew up, you're pathetic people. You don't teach your kids to stick together. You teaching your kids that guns and shooting is the answer. You're not even going to no PTA meetings, no school board meetings, making your voice be heard. Then you want to get mad because they got books in the schools telling your kids about the alphabet people.
Exactly.
I worked 2 jobs when I had my son. I worked 2 jobs and I had a village. Some of y'all so petty now, so pathetic. Y'all don't even want y'all kids around certain relatives. Talking about they ain't nothing. I know a whole lot of zeros that became heroes.
Exactly. Val, what's going on, sis? I see you via Peachy and everybody else in here. I ain't forget y'all. See y'all in here too then. No, but it's the truth
But
though.
again, you know, income tax time coming, and The same old cycle. They go get cars, get the hair and nails done. I don't even think some of them take their kids to on a real vacation. We ain't talking about renting a hotel room and taking them there like you done went somewhere. I'm talking about taking them and learn about their black history. Or even not that, just history. I mean, it's some nice cities. Nice cities.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate you, Liz, for dropping those links. I appreciate y'all for dropping links and showing each other some love. Definitely some new people in here. You know, definitely some good content creators and everybody in here. Definitely showing each other some
Oh
love.
yeah, I can't see everybody in the chat. I'm frying me a hamburger. How y'all doing, everybody? I
Where my
just came
hamburger
up
at?
here because this was such a great topic. Cause I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you, it's sad. It's sad. And let me tell you something. It ain't got nothing to do. They be hollering, oh, kids raising kids. No, back in my day, girls had babies at 14 and 15 too. So ain't nothing changed. What's changed is what we value stuff on, and it's not really being parents.
exactly.
Sitting down, spending family time with your kids, finding out what's wrong. Know your kids. Find out why your kids biting their nails. Find out what some of your kids cringe when people come around.
Yeah,
Your life ain't about you. Once you have a child, you responsible for that child until they become 18 years old.
yep. And technically, it should be 21 because some kids still don't even leave the house at 18, even
Right.
if they set. Because some people, like one of my peoples, he didn't leave. He could have. He chose a community college only because he was the baby out of I think 8 or 10 kids. I think it's 8. Like and his parents, like they up there. Like you think they grandparents? No, they literally had him. He was the last of the Mohegans, and they literally was. He was like, "Nah, I'm not going to sit there and leave." He said, "I could leave, but then again, I know ain't half of my brothers and sisters coming back to at least check on them, so I'm staying right the fuck here." Which was respectable because you don't know what could happen, and then when it's big families, sometimes the family's not always going to fucking be united. Like, see, prime
Well,
example,
you
my
know
grandmother got
what I'm learning now is, back in my era when we was coming up,
yeah,
we either you had choices. You either had to go to college, the military, or you had to get a job and your parents charge you rent. Okay?
yeah,
But in my day, most of us, we got out, we worked, we got our own places and cars, we made our things. Nowadays, the way the family structure is now,
mm,
people all need to be under one roof trying to get some healing, trying to come together as a family and start moving as a unit. You right. In today's world right now, to throw your kid out at 18, man would have to stay with me for a whole long time if I had a child in today's society. Because a
yeah,
lot of them really aren't prepared. Things are all the way different. We had a village raising kids. But a lot of people are scared of these kids nowadays.
it don't make sense. And you know why some of them are scared?
They
Some of
literally
the
scared of these kids.
reason why some of them are scared, and I'm gonna be honest with you, some of them are only scared because they know for a fact, like what I was speaking about. The minute they decide they want to try to at least correct them or try to speak some knowledge into them, First things first, coming out of the parents' mouth. Who the fuck are you to tell me? Who the hell are you to tell my kids this? And I'm trying to make sure
Mm,
your kids don't go down that wrong path and end up being locked up or dead. But if you want that to happen, go ahead. I just watched the incident earlier today. Somebody was sitting there arguing. What the fuck are you telling me about? He said, "Yo, listen, I'm only going to tell you this once." And it was a man and a woman, but he didn't scream, do none of that extra shit like she was doing. He just said, "Yo, look, I only told your kid that my child is not bothering you. Leave him alone before he ends up hurting you. Because my boy's son really he fights, but he don't fight every day. He's like me to a degree. It's going to take enough for you to want to hurt somebody. And see, when you're constantly getting picked at, this is what's going to happen." So he kindly told him, "Look, my kid is literally like he's already training and all this other stuff as far as karate. I would really hate my kid to hurt your kid. So tell your kid to pull out, act like He was like, look, I'm just gonna tell you this right now. If if this continues to happen, if my son comes back with the same type of attitude the following day, don't get mad when your kid come home hurt. So I'm gonna tell you." And he walked up. He says, "I don't got time to be arguing and dealing with no ignorant shit neither. At the end of the day, I'm going to protect my kid at all costs. And if I gotta check one of you, I will check one of you. And until one of you parents step up, I'm going to keep checking all of y'all." And he had all rights to do that because guess what? There's no way in the hell you want to tell me you getting mad at me because I told your kid to leave my kid alone. And then if I told you to watch your kid and like, yo, talk to your kid, you're not doing it. Don't get mad when something happens to your kid. Cheryl, what's going on, baby? And some of them just these adults again, like I said, some of them are really scared. Oh shoot, she done dropped off. Shit. Oh shoot. Shout out to April. I don't know. I guess she'll pop back up. Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But this is a situation that's consistently happening. Some of y'all are gonna have to really start taking things into accordance again. And some of you family units are gonna have to really move like a unit because you already know what to expect. And none of your kids should be corrupted nor tainted about what's going on. You know, you definitely gotta show the right type of. I did drop the link, I believe. I just dropped the link before you dropped off. Hold on, I got you. I got you, sis. Hold on. You know, but this the sad part about it. You know, if you don't get it together, we're gonna continue to have these same things happening. See, like last night's panel was definitely good, and again, shout outs to Riders for Life because that was a good panel. You know, that was a good panel last night, and for those who might have missed it, catch the replay because we was definitely speaking on some things, and we're gonna have a part two to that live at some point again because there's always something different happening, and you got to start making these changes, and you got to start educating the kids regardless. No time to be sitting around and just letting continue fuck shit happen.
yeah, I got kicked out. I don't know what happened. StreamYard be tripping sometimes.
I know. Trust me, they kicked me out of my own live the other day.
Uh,
I'm like, how you kick me out of my own live? Like, what's going on here?
oh, I know. But you know, I want to thank y'all for having these types of conversations. These type of conversations need to be had, and they need to be heard. Because some of these people in this room know they did not allow their kids to go around certain relatives because they downed them. They know they done sat around and talked about other adults in front of their kids, where their kids don't have no respect for that adult. There's so many things wrong. I don't even know what to say anymore. But we can fix them. We can fix them. Because the stuff I see these people do now is really heartbreaking. I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all some special type of Negroes. I call them special type of Negroes. Cause
No, but you right there.
this ain't what we come from. It ain't got nothing to do with religion. Cause back then I didn't know what religion any of my friends was when I played with them. The whole goal was the kids respected the elders, and they didn't do all of this crazy mess they doing now. They took care of the neighborhoods. If they fought, the parents didn't get in it. They let the kids handle it. If you thought your kid was being bullied, you went to the parents. Parents talked, and that was it.
Exactly.
Now, my kid ain't did that. My kid ain't did that. Head flip. My kid ain't did that. My kid never did that. How you know you ain't even there?
Exactly. I told somebody that the other day. I said, look, I said, you see that this person was literally telling you about your
So
kid. Why you not
yeah,
listening?
the state of seeing kids, um, the way they interact with kids is very disgusting to me. So I'm gonna come on down and I'm gonna just be in the show listening. And thanks for allowing me to come up.
You already know. Listen, that's like that with anybody like that really rock with me. I know when I drop the links, y'all more than welcome. She done dropped though because she went to go eat her burger. Shouts to Miss April. But again, appreciate y'all for dropping links in the chat, showing each other love. You know, but this is something that's gonna continue to happen. These type of talks are gonna happen only because we ain't seen too many people standing up, or we ain't seen too many people actually trying to bring awareness and trying to do something right. Like yeah, you can consider me the hood booger, but it's just some things, my morals and my integrity just ain't gonna allow me to do or say. So I see you in the building, Tanya, baby. You know? Yeah, and that's the sad part. But see, that's because again, these parents ain't even teaching these kids the basic, simple trainings, the basics of defending themselves. The gun should be the last option of anything. The gun is only for in case there's a dire situation and you could possibly end up losing your life and you not trying to. Other than that, you're supposed to teach these kids how to fight. It's sad because half of them talk the most shit and they quick to get a gun, but they scared to throw them hands because half of them don't have no hand skills. Just like how the word shouts to the word for saying that too. Y'all need to bring that back to some of these youth. Some of them be talking too foul out the mouth, and then they can't even really throw a fucking fighting stance. So how you expect your kid to even like, if he out here talking shit and ain't getting his ass whooped? You ain't even teaching him how to defend himself. You know, and that's the sad part about it. Start teaching these kids that there's more than just the gun to go to. If you feel disrespected or if you feel violated and if you have to defend yourself, you defend yourself with your hands. See, to this day, I ain't never had to pick up a gun, and I could have. I didn't have to because I was good with mine. Win, lose, or draw, you was getting these fucking paws. That was it. I'm still stuck to that to this day. You know, even though we know the world has changed to the degree and everybody's quick to grab their gun, we know why most of them quick to grab their gun because it shows a sign of weakness. It shows fear. Because if you got to pull a gun out on me instead of fighting me, that goes to show you I got you in my hands. I got your heart in my hands, and you scared of that. Shouldn't be scared of that. You know, it's something that you gotta listen to, man. You don't want your kids being another statistic or being another person in that damn fucking system. Get it in accordance. Stop thinking that when people are telling you about your kids, they trying to disrespect them or they trying to downplay them. No, they trying to tell you something as a parent for your own good and for their own safety. And even now, some of y'all know y'all got friends and family that you know for a fact y'all rock with. You see they kids wilding out. Why not try to intervene? It doesn't matter. If I'm supposed to be your peoples, we supposed to rock out. If I see your kid moving a certain way, I'm gonna tell you your kid moving a certain way. And if you don't want to listen to what I just said, okay, you'll find out the hard way. Don't tell me, yo, bro, you was right. I don't want to hear that shit later. I've always been one of those people. If I'm telling you something, I'm looking at it going on, and you not listening, all right, I don't want to hear nothing later. I don't want to hear the apologies, none of that shit. Because when I was telling you something, you didn't want to listen. It's time for things to change. And another way to break the cycle is for people to stop being phony and acting funny with each other. See, this is one thing I'm not doing over here neither. We are not gonna have no phoniness, no fuck shit, no none of that. Y'all already seen how I give it up. And that's truthfulness right there. And I stick to what I say. I want this to be what it is. And if you're gonna try to find any way, shape, or form to fuck that over and I get wind of anything, a funeral service will ensue along with a eulogy and the laugh of the decade. I ain't giving no more fair warnings about nothing. If you're rocking out here, you're rocking out here. Everybody's showing love and respect. Shouldn't be no funny, phony ass behavior nowhere. Period. This is another reason why it's hard to build now, even in the community, because everybody want to be phony with each other. Stop being phony. I'd rather you tell me something, even if you felt like I violated or if you felt like something violated, I'd rather you tell me something than I gotta hear something. Didi, what's going on, baby? As I'm trying to avoid giving anybody else eulogies that don't need it. But you'll find out the hard way coming over here with the bullshit. The first troll that came in here almost got a eulogy, but I already gave that prick a eulogy too many days ago. So I already know who it is. Kents, what's going on? Appreciate y'all for tuning in again. You know, and it's sad that I gotta come to that notion now that you gotta really walk around with a strap just because you unaware of what's going on. But then again, you walking with God Himself, or you just putting the man upstairs first. Ain't no weapon formed against thee shall prosper. I still believe in that. As thugged out as I am, I still believe in that part. Sometimes you're gonna have to put your faith in a higher power, and you're gonna have to try to move accordingly. And again, how can you get these kids motivated to be great if some of y'all are doing the exact same shit that you complaining about? Instead of making TikToks and worrying about who's doing this and who's doing that, and why don't you focus on trying to make things better? And some of you parents have to get outside. Again, my moms didn't just keep me in the hood. No, my mom's, man, listen, we was traveling all throughout 5 boroughs in New York City. Every time she decided she wanted to do something in particular, we was doing it. Didn't matter. Picnics, birthdays, whatever. We was doing whatever. Because she was keeping my mind balanced and also showing me things outside of what I'm already used to. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to cultivate and make sure these kids' minds are elevated. You can't elevate the mind of the kids if you over here acting like a kid too. Sorry, you can't. It's not going to work. And I got a feeling I'm gonna probably end up seeing the same exact shit tomorrow. It's gonna be a bunch of kids that should be in school, and instead they're gonna be somewhere hanging around, not doing nothing with themselves. And again, parents are gonna have to do that. Start really being vocal and start being an active part of your kid's life. Because anything that you overlook or underlook, guess what? There's gonna present a problem, and then we're gonna have the same old issue happening again. Yo, Kev, salute, my guy. Telling you, you want to see the best things happen, you got to be on that forefront regardless. You don't want to be in here moping and crying over your child's death or moping and crying that your child done got sentenced to life because you're not paying attention to what they're doing and who they're hanging around with. And see, and this is the thing too. We worry about the young men. Yes, we gotta worry about them, but we also gotta worry about these young women because some of these young women are following right behind the same old paths. If my friends is doing this, I want to do this too. And you gotta be careful because this internet is showing so much to these kids. And if you ain't paying attention, guess what? For all you know, your kid could be in there with another person doing the damn thing they ain't supposed to be doing. And now you got to hear something about, I could be pregnant. I could be this. I think I caught something. You got to be careful. There's too much going on. Too much going on. Again, these kids are trying to be grown before their time. Yo, Blackout, salute. It's time to really stand up. And some of y'all going to have to stop acting so scared. If you could be vocal and curse somebody out for some negative stuff, you should be able to have that same boisterous spirit for your kids. Show your kids better. When you show them better, they'll do better. You're gonna have to implement that. Don't let your kid go through. Don't let them go through that dark road because that dark road ain't gonna fucking be good. That dark road could stay dark if you ain't trying to capture their imagination and trying to uplift them some way, somehow. I feel no kid should be out and about during school hours. They should be in school, or if not, they should be somewhere home learning something. You ain't go to school, guess what? You ain't doing this and you ain't doing this. You're gonna do this though. You're definitely gonna do this. Even when some of them you try to play fake sick, they don't feel well. Okay, don't feel well. I bet not see the game on. I bet not see none of this on since you claiming you sick. From that era. A lot of things that was happening back then need to come right back into existence. Some of these kids are going to have to be held accountable for their actions. And if they ain't going to be held accountable, then the parents need to be held accountable. Because again, if a parent is telling you about your kid and you're giving them hassles, you can't get mad when that person kid decide to fuck your kid up. Sorry to say it like that. And that's another thing you have to understand. Some of these kids are picking because they probably being picked on. Some of these kids is picking because of whatever's going on at home. And if there ain't nobody trying to intervene or really take a look at what's going on with these specific children and why they lashing out the way they lashing out, you ain't gonna never get a clear answer on anything. You're not. Some of these kids are lashing out because again, they don't have no real adult figures to try to sit down with them and try to at least scoop them up and take them under their wing. Like, yo, listen, I know this is what you want to do, but you're doing this the wrong way. Like nobody's doing that no more. Everybody is full self. Well, I ain't getting involved in that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's the problem now. Too many, yo, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Yo, this ain't my, it is your responsibility. It is your damn duty because you're an adult. And these same people that you looking at could probably be around your kids and you not even know it. So you got to be in the corners, man. Just like if you see a kid and they look traumatized, they look like they ready to go through, you got to sit down and talk to them. Because you don't know what they could be going through. And they probably only need one person to sit down and listen to them and lend the ear, and that's it. Miss Queen, what's going on, sis? See, I got a lot of Miss Queens in this building. Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in for this talk. Again, I think the link is still in the chat if anybody want to pop up and say anything, because this is a convo that's going to continuously happen until things start changing. Start bringing things back for these kids so they have something to do outside of social media and outside of just the streets. Bring back these things that used to give us balance. Bring back these programs that need to be brought back. We know some of these kids is having a hard time, and that's another reason why they lashing out too. Some of these kids is lashing out because they not getting the proper help. They probably can't properly read, write, or do certain math, so on and so forth. And when people should be helping them, they ain't getting no help. And it kind of goes back to what I was saying before, even last night. Almost everything in the school is basically the same old rhetoric, the same old curriculum, except for math. Math is the only thing that fucking changed over the course of, I'm gonna say, the last years. I'm gonna say the last 20. Because the math I remember, at least in 2000, was like, all right, this is the new advanced math. But now this math now is completely different. And it's a struggle because some of these parents don't know the math. Especially we know it's new. But even if you know you can't do it, you gotta have somebody that you know is good with it. It's not hard to say, let me get my kid a tutor just in case. Let me try to get somebody to help my kid with something. Some of y'all got this pride. You feel like your kids are dumb. Your kids ain't dumb. Some kids just probably, they motor skills ain't where they supposed to be at, which is, it's always a hit and miss. But that don't mean you give up on your child neither. That don't mean your child is slow, special, or none of that. Y'all gotta be in accordance. See, when I was having the issue back in the day, the only thing my moms would do would take her time. Sometimes she'd get frustrated because it seemed like I just literally explained it and you didn't. Yeah, but sometimes you gotta still have that patience. You know? Shit, I had a speech impediment when I was a kid. The only time I would get frustrated when I was trying to tell my mom something, and she looked at me for a minute like, what is he look at? I had to point at shit sometimes. But I ain't let that get the best of me. It was frustrating, but it didn't get the best of me. You know? And some kids don't know how to express themselves because, again, how can they express themselves when the people that they're supposed to be expressing themselves to are either acting like kids or don't want to hear nothing? Telling you, you're gonna have to get in accordance with these kids, and you're gonna have to start making the best possible options and ways for it to happen. And if you're not, we're gonna continue to have these same old cycles. And you want to see change, man. You don't want to see these kids constantly getting locked up, getting wrapped up in stupid shit. Like even these youngins now that's supposed to be doing music, these niggas is getting in trouble, and for what? Because you want to prove to everybody you really about that shit. And it goes back to what I said the other night too. You trying to put yourself in the public eye once you trying to make something out yourself, make yourself a household name. Just remember, everybody is watching you. And when you slip up and do some dumb shit, they gonna have a field day with you. Look at what's going on with Ja Morant now. So many different stories that popped up since that situation happened with him. That's again because not having that clear guidance, not having that say so as a parent to say, yo, bro, listen, I understand this is that and third, but you made it now. It's time for you to cut the shenanigans. It's time for you to start being an adult. You ain't no kid no more. RCA, what's going on? Oh, I see you on the other channel. No doubt, Nets. It's crazy. You want to see so much happen and so much blossom, but how can you do that when you're not standing up on principles? You got to do that. If you don't set the boundaries and if you don't set the tone the way it's supposed to be set, we ain't gonna never have no damn uplifting. We ain't gonna never be able to get to that promised land, and we ain't gonna never be able to have no real type of joy. Again, how do we come together if we can't even be real with each other? You know, you got to do that because again, you know, we tired of the same old struggles. We tired of not seeing things get changed. And it starts with everything. You have to start going to these fucking meetings. You have to start being a vocal part of what's going on in your community. You're gonna have to start addressing these kids and start addressing the parents. Because again, when the kids are picking on kids, 9 out of 10, the kid that's picking on the other kid is because they're getting bullied at home or they probably going through some shit at home. And if you ain't taking that stand to say, you know what, let me go see what's really going on, it's going to be the same problem. You know, you tired of seeing the same old things happening again. You're tired of it. As people, we should just start taking back what's rightfully ours. These communities, we're gonna have to start taking back. These kids, we definitely gonna have to scoop them up and try to uplift them and put them in the best possible positions. Some of you parents that are irresponsible, y'all gotta go. You should not be allowed to have no more kids. Period. Don't bring nothing in the world if you ain't gonna really be a vocal part and take care of what you need to take care of. A kid is more than just another toy or another. No, that's a whole responsibility. That's a whole other person you got to take care of, and you got to make sure they're in the best of situations. You don't want your kid falling down that path. And I feel that anytime you just run around here having kids all loose and all crazy, that's a crime of humanity because you are putting unwanted kids in this world. That's like you, prime example, knowing you got something over you, hanging over you as far as, I'm going to say ACS. Because I knew somebody that was trying to hide their pregnancies every time, or they went elsewhere to go have their kid. My thing is, it's obvious. You are a bad example. Because why you got to go way outside to go have your kid? That means you did or said, that means you did something. That means you're irresponsible. That if anytime you have a kid that the system got to take your kid, there's something wrong there. Y'all got to stop doing shit like that too. Reevaluate yourselves, man. Yeah, because some of these parents don't want to be involved, Shiki, and that's the sad part. Because you got some people, like prime example in my hood, they do stuff every so often for the kids. But sometimes it's hard to even get the parents to come into accordance. Even when it's something cheap, like, oh, look, the tickets is this amount of money. You gotta have this money here before this time, or you ain't gonna be able to, enjoy or you ain't gonna be able to participate. I remember one year we was all going somewhere. I think we went to Dorney Park. We did something for the kids in my building. We all went to Dorney Park. Had one or two parents trying to get stupid with the look. You didn't even pay for what you, and the only thing the person asked for was $40. $40 ain't nothing. If you spending $40 on a quote unquote eighth, or you spending $40 on some weed and some liquor, how you can't spend $40 to go have a good time with your kid? Some trips they gonna have out here be free for the kids. Sometimes you're gonna have to pay something because guess what? If you gotta pay for a ticket, that means 9 out of 10 everything else is gonna be included in it. So you good for that. You ain't have to worry about food, none of that other stuff. But if you can't even pay that, then what the fuck are you saying about yourself? That's what I'm saying. These parents nowadays, they so focused on still trying to be in the limelight. Some of them still trying to focus on being a being the shit. No, you should be able to say, you know what, my kids need something different to do. If I can't fully do it, I know this person is doing this event. Let me try to get them in that. You don't even got no more fresh air camps no more like that. What happened to those? See, nowadays it's hard for things to happen because some of you adults refuse to fucking stand up and actually just do it out the kindness of your heart. It's crazy. Yeah, that's the thing. Same things you speaking about, Shiki. The same thing. Some of the people in this community that I live in still do these same things to this day. Like I said, we have seasonal events like for the kids. Prime example for those who love to play football. We got a little football thing that go on here during the season. Um, we always got basketball tournaments. You know, they always do certain trips, whether it's going to Six Flag, Dorney Park, great, anywhere. Shit's cool, right? I mean, shit is cold right now. Facts, Liz. There's barely any more PALs out here. There's no more boys and girls clubs. None of that shit. Mostly everything that we know for a fact we had coming up that kept us at least balanced, they ain't got it no more. They closing them shits down. And then half of these communities would be able to keep these shits open, but they don't even want to come donate. They don't want to come help. They don't want to do nothing. Even when it come down to fundraisers that could possibly help things in this community, y'all don't even want to be part of that. Y'all only want to be a part of something when it's something free. Y'all only want to be a part of something when you know for a fact your kids is getting something free. Or you only want to be a part of something if you think it's liquor and weed and some other shit involved. Stop thinking along those lines, man. It's time to expand your brain, expand your horizons, especially if you have kids. Why should your kids suffer because you're being cheap or because you really don't want to spend the time? You got to stop that. Yo, Liz, and I know exactly which one you're talking about. I think my cousin was going to that one too. We have one out here in my area, but I think they have turned that shit into. Well, actually, it's still a daycare center. That's the thing. One of the PALs we had was a. It was a It's more for. I'm not going to say it's for kindergartners. They share the building because it's basically a kindergarten. Is preschool and kindergarten, I believe in that. But then on the other side, that's when you got all the festivities at. But then the other one we had was Bi Catholic Church, and they used to every day didn't matter. Even if you was just coming home from school, some of us used to go straight there because we knew for a fact that we was bored and we didn't want to sit in the house. All right, we're gonna go over here. At least we know. And even still, when we came in, a lot of times they used to make sure you got homework, you need help with anything, let us know now. So it wasn't just about fun and games. No, they still taught us things. They still try to help us with things that we needed help with. That's what needs to be brought back in these damn communities, man. And technically, this social media is supposed to be an outlet for everybody, but it's also supposed to be networking. It's not supposed to be just about clicks and views and dumb videos and so on and so forth. And that's all these platforms. It's all these social media platforms. Because again, it does show what's lacking, especially in America, what's lacking. Everybody is quick to worried about that dollar bill. But it's sad. I gotta have a viral moment to even be noticed, or I gotta have a viral moment for me to even look like I'm gonna get some dollars and some cents. Shouldn't have to be that way. Yo, Bear, what's going on, bro? Yeah, that too, Liz. Yo, see, look, this is what I'm saying, Liz. You know how we used to do it, baby? They used to have them little buses come out here too. Like, see, one of them buses actually still come out of my area, but it's not a church bus. Well, yes, it is. Anything that I seen that said Yogi Bear, I know it had something to do with the church. So they still come out here though. They only come out here on Thursdays though. They come out here every so often. But see, I remember even we had on the weekends in my area, we used to have, if it wasn't Saturday, it was Sundays. Because it was either or day. They had church buses. They used to come out here, pick the kids up, take them out, you know, forget just sitting in church and learning something. They would actually do shit with the kids. Shoot, sometimes they take us out to eat. They was taking us out to do certain things. It's like they was giving us a balance for the day before we got back home. That's how it need to be. And the dollar is losing its value because of inflation. You know, you printing up too much money, and then a lot of this shit you printing up now, look, you paying for it. You know, and the dollar is losing its value too because everybody is focusing on fuck shit instead of worrying about things that could possibly change the future. Kalani, what's going on, bro? Was you live, Kalani? Because I ain't getting no damn notification. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta really get in accordance with these kids, man. You have to. Yeah, that's crazy because I ain't even get the damn notification, bro. Yeah, I don't know why they. Yeah, this shit getting trippy too sometimes. I want to make this clear too for some of y'all. Don't think I ain't trying to support y'all. Nothing. I really don't be getting notifications sometimes. This shit is getting annoying. Your notification gang sucks. Oh man. Yeah, and that's the thing, the priorities, man. My bad. I had to look at something real quick. You know, yeah, that's crazy. And that's why I'm saying my bad, Kyle, because I ain't even getting no notification. I got a notification from somebody else and they ain't even live. I ain't get one for you. That's crazy. But I'm gonna catch the replay. You already know how we rock. You know, but it's truthfulness. You're gonna have to come together as adults and start worrying about the future. And not just the future of your own wealth. Worry about your damn kids, man. You want to see the best in them, you're gonna have to definitely push them forward one way or another. And see, this is what I'm saying. Things of that nature is missing in the area. We used to have church buses that would come out, pick the kids up, whatever, whatever. And even if they wasn't church affiliated, they used to have programs where people would be coming out, grab the kids up, we gonna do whatever, whatever, and we gonna have a good time. And by the time you come back home, you should be tired out. So many different things that are missing out of these communities, and it don't matter what state you in or what part of the globe you on. You know, it's things that you need done in your communities. If they ain't going to do nothing and try to make any type of real efforts, you're going to have to make the efforts. Again, the ball is in your hand, nobody else's hand but yours. If you want to see changes, you want to see growth, you're going to have to be a part of that. And it's sad that you gotta literally sit here and say that to adults that should already have enough common sense to say, you know what, I ain't gonna complain no more. I'm gonna get my ass up and actually be a vocal part. I'm gonna actually get up and do something. And part of the reason why this live got brought up again today was because, again, my spirit got disturbed. Anytime I see the young ladies that should be doing something with themselves, they just hanging out, not caring about life, that's disturbing. When you got kids that are talking about, oh, I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that, that's disturbing. Just like I said the other day, kids say the damnedest things. And I'm still, even though it was kind of funny for me to hear it coming from a kid, it wasn't funny in that sense. It just was like, damn, what the hell is this kid hearing at home? Yo, Anthony, what's going on, bro? Yeah, they gotta read. And that's the thing too. Y'all gotta start encouraging these kids to read. Start learning things. And if you know some of them are having problems with reading and writing or even math, try to help them. Don't belittle them. Don't down them. Give them the proper help that they need. See, when you sit there and make these kids feel like they slow and they worthless, this is when you get the lash outs. This is when you get the shit that you don't want. And one thing that parents should be doing, well, no, let me say this. I'm addressing the ratchet mothers real quick. Stop telling your kids shit that you know for a fact ain't truth. Stop doing that. Stop giving them falsehoods. Stop lying to them. Try that one. Stop lying to them. I hate when some people say, "Oh, you're gonna be just like your father. You're gonna be just like your." No, you don't know what he gonna be like if you gonna keep sitting there telling him that shit. And when it does happen, what you gonna say then? You gotta be mindful of what you say and wish into existence. No kid should have to hear, "Oh, you gonna be like this, or you gonna be a failure. You gonna be a fuck up. You gonna be this." No kid should have to hear that shit at all. You're supposed to be encouraging these kids to be the best people they could be, especially trying to grow up in life. You ain't gonna do that, then what the fuck are you having kids for? Sky Swipe, what's going on? See, they hate to hear this type of truth coming from somebody, but you're gonna hear it. Because again, this shit is corny. You are sitting there lying and setting your kids up and throwing them in the fucking lions den with the shit you doing. And it's like you don't care. And if you don't care, if you ain't even going to be a real responsible adult, again, you should not be thinking about having any type of fucking kids. Period. Sorry. Because why should these kids come into the world unwanted and unloved? Because you unwanted and unloved. See, that's why I'm starting to believe that. Some of y'all just doing it because you feel it's going to bring you some sort of calm and it's going to fill a void. But then again, you filling the void and you're not even trying to make sure your kid is in the right fucking proper mind state. So again, what's the use of having kids if you're not going to fully sit down and be ready to talk to them? You're not going to break down things for them the way it should be broken down. You got to understand that this is a problem now that needs to be fixed. And some parents are going to have to get involved with kids, even if they ain't their kids, because guess what? If your kids is hanging with people and the people that they hanging with are doing things out of the ordinary or shit that the kids should be doing, that should be a clear example to say, we need to find out what's going on at home, that these kids are constantly doing this and nobody's saying nothing. And some of y'all gonna have to stand up regardless to how the shit is going on now. You're gonna have to be a vocal point again. Because if you don't want to see these kids going down this wrong path, even the kids that ain't yours, you're gonna want to say something. It's a difference between the OGs now and the OGs, then. Back in the day, the OGs really wanted us to be the best people we could be, whether we was their kids or not. They would always, man, listen, I don't care if I ain't your parent, but you get out of pocket, guess what's gonna happen? Telling you, this is a real damning situation. And pardon the wind again, I'm getting ready to come out here and smoke another cigarette. I'm gonna drop the link again in case anybody else want to pop up and just chime in on this. Because again, solutions are gonna have to be bought, and they're gonna have to be done. We cannot continue to sit here and allow the youth and allow the kids to fall victim. Just like you got to understand that. How can they even look up or respect anything if the adults are not standing up for the things they're supposed to be standing up for? Again, it does go a long way. You want your kids to reach for the stars and try to be the best possible people to keep the life cycle going, to keep everything going. You have to push them in the right direction. You have to give them guidance. You could guide them as much as possible, but they still gotta have to be their own person too. But make sure you're guiding them at least in the right directions. Let them see what it really is to be on the good side. Let them see that the world that we live in ain't all that fucked up. It might be fucked up now, but it could change if everybody gets in accordance. Again, start grooming these kids to be doctors, lawyers, politicians. Start fixing them for that. Things that we know we could change, we could groom these kids and get these kids in these positions. We could get these youth in these positions. Again, you're gonna have to be vocal in your community about the things you want done. And if you ain't gonna be vocal, then you're gonna have to just do what you do and then make a noise. Again, when I drop links and I drop panels like this, is because I know for a fact there are people who are always gonna have something to chime in on and say something about. And I want to get this clear to some people. Some might think I don't drop panels all the time. I do. But if nobody hits the links, hey, I just do what I got to do and that's it. I don't force nobody to do nothing. But combos like this are definitely going to continue to happen. And until we do see changes, you're going to have people that's going to stand up and say things and they're going to be vocal about it. I'm going to be vocal about a lot of different things. And once I start seeing certain changes on certain things, then, and maybe just then, I'll leave those topics alone. Hold on one second. Yo, yo.
Bro, I feel like I was bullied to come up here. I'm just playing.
Oh, I thought
Uh,
thing one karate chopped your phone again. My bad.
but no, bro, I appreciate these conversations because, like I said, um, the awareness needs to be had, and too many times, I think we depend on the government to do things for us, and we got to start doing it for ourselves. We spend $100 plus on phone bills, but like you said earlier, we don't invest that money into our future, our kids, and we got to start doing that. I mean, it was cool when they had the YMCA, but I mean, I just can't believe that collectively, if we can come together, that we can pull our resources together and create things for on our own. And we don't have to ask nobody for nothing. We ain't got to worry about people coming to shut our shit down. None of that. We need to create our own. Every other community, that's what they do. There's a blueprint out there. Hold on one second.
Yeah, my bad. No,
Yeah,
but
my
you
bad.
speaking truth, bro. You speaking truth. I didn't even know I muted myself by mistake. Damn it. You good though?
But it's a blueprint. Like when I was doing real estate, going into these other people community, like the Jewish community, the Asian community, they fund their own stuff, man. And that's why a lot of their kids, like even after school program, we got enough people, retired people. We this is why we need our elders too. You know what I'm saying? This is why we can't throw them away because we need them. These are the people who we can give our kids to who can teach. We need to start supporting and rallying around the elders, making them feel important and allowing them to do what our elders did when we was growing up. It was our grandparents, who took us in at the school. Well, mine anyway. You know, we need to get back to that. We need to get back to the tribal village mindset. Is this community, this ain't the way we supposed to live. We living like other people, and it ain't benefiting us. And I hope that ain't go over nobody's head.
Nah, you ain't go over nobody head. Trust me, bro. This is things that I was speaking about a while back. 'Cause I told somebody, I said, look, we know it's only certain things. If they really feel they gonna be vested, then they'll try to help. But there's other things we know for a fact they don't want to see fucking brought back because they know this is what's gonna bring back the spirit and the unity of a community. Because it's not just gonna be, well, damn, they was crying to us and now yeah, because y'all don't want to get together. There's some of y'all can't get together because again, some of y'all being phony and fake with each other. Some of y'all beefing with each other over stupid shit. And then again, you got outside interference sometimes too. So when you have that, a lot of times it's hard for some people to build. And then you got those who want to try to build, but if they can't do it all on their own, why the people can't come together and do it right?
See, honestly, that's where I'm at. It's like, um, I got kicked out of groups, like because my wife wasn't black. You know, like groups where we helping kids, man. But I'm not. I guess I'm not black enough because my wife ain't black. But like, damn, my mama. Like that's what I'm saying. Like stuff like that. And like the brother was saying earlier in the earlier life, he was saying like, don't nobody had a blueprint for, um, like far as how the family structure is. This is the problem in the community too. When somebody do come with the information, it's people within the community. Oh, you think you better than us? Like, nah, bro. I'm just trying to drop some information off to help benefit everybody. It's not the fact that I think I'm better than you. Everybody can't do what I did. I dedicated a portion of my life of studying religion, studying words. I did that, but I did that so I can help others. And I did that so I can help others. And I did that so I can benefit everybody. And that's what I'm trying to do.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Word, I don't know what happened. It sounded like your mic went in and out. But yeah, this is the thing. See, even when you coming together to try to do something for the kids, you got people that will hate on that shit. Why? This is my thing. Why, as some of you claiming to be adults, you're moving like kids? When you got people who are trying to do the best, and it's not a race thing, you just trying to do what's best for the kids. Why the fuck do y'all hate that shit so badly? And if you hate certain things so badly, why don't you try to create something that you feel is going to make you happy? But you won't do that because you too focused on watching destruction. That's the problem now. Can't come together a lot of times. Then when you saying certain things, people want to go against the grain. Look, if I'm giving you information on something, and this is literally information, I'm looking at, I done printed it out, I done showed you. Why would you go against anything I'm saying? Because you want to either be right or just like how they were saying, everybody want to be the chief, but nobody wants to be no Indians. Guess what? Everybody want to be a general or whatever in the army, but you still need soldiers. You still need people who want to be on the forefronts. You still need people who good with intel. You still need people who are good with gathering the people up. Everybody in the community has a role to play at some point. And if you want to use the community as an army, then guess what? Whoever can't be on the battlefield can still help us one way or another. You don't just discard or disregard anybody. And at some point, some of y'all are gonna have to start having that respect. Ah, shit. I got you, bro. Hold on. Trying to finish off this last round for the night. Cause I ain't doing shit till near time to leave work. It stopped snowing finally, y'all, but it's still windy and finally got cold out here. Hold on, I got you though, bro. But this is what I'm saying though. If you expect things to happen and in a good light, you got to be a part of that. You know, again, it's supposed to be respect levels on all ends. The same way we supposed to respect the elders, The elders gotta have the respect too, and some of the adults gotta have. It goes generation to generation as far as respect. Let's say it like that, because you got some older folks who do, admire and acknowledge the fact that some of these youngins ain't as stupid as as they perceive to be. Some of these people actually are smart, but when nobody's taking the time and the effort with them, what you expect to happen? Again, some people are just going to need an open ear to for somebody to listen. And then you'd be surprised. You take that 5 minutes or whatever and listen to somebody. And even if you sat here and gave them some good advice, you'd be surprised. You probably done saved them from going down a certain path. You probably done lifted up their spirit. Sometimes 5 minutes can take somebody from killing themselves, especially if they already suicidal. But again, with the community not having no love and compassion amongst each other, this is why the things are raising up the way it's raising up. Yes, we know there was teen pregnancies back in the day, but it wasn't at an alarming rate now, like how it is now. Because see, back in the day, look, you was one of them youngins, you got wrapped up, you already knew what time it was. It wasn't no time for no abortion. You was gonna have to man up or woman up and start being a responsible parent. But if you were teaching these kids anything, you gotta teach them. You gotta teach them correctly. And we know, yes, when they get of a certain age, the hormones and everything else is running wild. But they still gotta have a responsibility. See, even when I was running loose in the street to a degree, I wasn't doing nothing that I knew for a fact I couldn't get myself out of. And I wasn't doing certain things unless I was safe.
My bad.
Nah, you good. What the hell happened? Oh, nigga, don't be sending me no raccoons in the back chat. What's wrong with you?
Hey man,
What is
that's our code. That's how you know it's me, bro. You know, snitch, man. You like Papa Will snitching, dry snitching, bro.
it? I ain't dry snitching shit, nigga. If I was snitching, I'd have said, my nigga, I seen what you did yesterday.
But
Nah,
yeah,
that's only I just seen it.
you know, one of the major things we got to get over too, and we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Um, we got to stop. We got to stop competing with each other as far as who knows what, and who's gonna be in this position, and who's better. We got to stop that. And we got to start complimenting one another, like you just said earlier. You know, we need roles filled. You know, everybody can't be the chief. We need them Indians, man. Like I said, I ain't got no problem being an Indian. I ain't trying to be no chief. I'm a chief in my own home, you know, my own caste. So everybody's a leader, especially you should be in your own home. But when we coming together, we just gotta fill roles. If it's we gotta look at the bigger goal. You know what I'm saying? Um, and like the brother was saying earlier, he was saying that uh, you know, as far as marriage, people don't get you still hear me? Okay. If you got a if you got a brother that do come with the information, the first thing we saying is, "Oh, you think you better than us?" Or you think, "No, man. I'm sorry. We just need to cut the riffraff out. You got to cut the snake's head off, man. Get rid of what we don't need because trying to come together and pulling everybody together ain't gonna work. We just got to get together with like-minded people, like-hearted people, and build from there. Because trying to wait for everybody, it ain't gonna happen. And if we do, we're gonna get the wrong people in the camp that's gonna fuck it up anyway. So, I mean, at the end of the day, get with people who willing to work with you. Everybody else, cut them out and keep it moving.
And you know what the sad part is? I agree with you on that 100%. But the only problem is, even when it comes to the like-minded people, sometimes they even had a little fallout. You like, yo, put y'all shit to the side. Like I watched something fall apart out of my hood a while back. Again, it had to do with it's not even so much as a religion. It was just personal beliefs that certain people didn't believe in. But I'm sitting there saying, like, look, what the fuck does that have to do with y'all coming together, putting something together for these kids, bro? Some of y'all be the main ones crying and moping, but then the same token, y'all can't fucking get past your little petty differences and issues. Look, man, I wouldn't care if you was a Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever. If we coming together to fucking build, we coming together to build. Fuck everything else. Fuck what the naysayers say, fuck what the haters say, because at the end of the day, it ain't about us, and we ain't just doing it for us. We're doing it for the fucking youth. Period. Dan Houdini, what's going on?
Man, all that stuff was created to keep people divided. Like, all of it. That's all it does. Even if it wasn't the intentions to divide, that's what it does. It divides people. You can have people in the same family believing in two different religions, not talking to each other because of belief. Like y'all crazy as hell. Like I don't know, bro. This stuff.
Yeah, shit is fucking retarded. Just like with shout outs to April too, because I don't believe in either of what she said. Some people gonna try to tell you let shit go. No. Some things you're not gonna be able to let go. Once you done sat here, like prime example, I don't have no real issue with nobody. Only person I got an issue with, he probably don't even know it's an issue, but I still remember what the fuck you said out your mouth. So when I ever catch you in the city, it's on, it's up. But other than that, I don't got no issues with nobody. Because my intentions is to build. I don't give a fuck about what you saying or how you saying things. It's about building. So other than that, I don't do that online back and forth. I didn't even make a video about the motherfucker yet. And I could have. But I'm not going to because, again, I know where you at. At some point, I'm going to end up bumping into you. You ain't that hard to find. And those words that came out your mouth, especially using my mother's name in it too, you're going to get what's coming to you. So other than that, I don't have no issues with nobody. And I'm going to continue to build and do what's possible, regardless.
And I'm gonna do a show tomorrow on what I was in her live earlier. She told a similar story. I'm gonna do a show on that tomorrow. Forgive but not forget. But what she
Yeah.
said is absolute. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. You know, I done told you my story. I'm legally blind. My blood brother did this to me, bro. So I don't take threats lightly from nobody no more.
Exactly.
So I mean, when somebody threaten your life, I mean, I don't take that lightly, and that I can't trust you no more. So I can forgive you. I'm gonna just stay the hell away from you. You know, I'm not dealing with you no more. I'm not gonna let you get close enough to do that. I mean, the reality is this, man. Somebody willing to threaten your life, you got to take heed to that because somewhere deep down in them, they don't want you here. So maybe they don't feel like it today, but tomorrow they might feel like it again. So I don't take risks like that no more.
Not supposed to. Especially when you already done had, see, like, prime example. I haven't gone through certain experiences only because I always follow my gut. If I knew something wasn't right, I just wasn't with it. And if I felt something was extra right, I was with it. Like, that was just me. I was wired like that. Like, somebody was telling me, yo, I noticed, you got bad friends, but you don't even be hanging out most of the time with your friends. I said, most of my friends know what it is. I'm a plantation body. I stay at work. And when I'm not working, I either be too tired or I just want to relax. And if I do come out, I better be coming out for something. Other than that, if I'm coming out for bullshit, I'm staying the fuck home. I'm not coming out to, let's go hang out. And then we doing like shit that niggas was doing as kids. Like, I'm not sitting on nobody's corner, not sitting in nobody's building, not doing nothing. Like, we ain't chilling somewhere indoors or we ain't somewhere where it's at. I don't want to be bothered. That's just me. Always been that way. I'm one of those people back in the day. You'd be like, yo, son, you literally just said you was leaving in 5 minutes. You literally left? Yeah, I wasn't playing. I'm gone. And they're like, don't force me or rush me to come out. And then when I'm ready, y'all niggas ain't ready. I'm gone. I want to ask you something. And some of them used to be mad. I'm like, yo, son, y'all niggas is taking forever like y'all females in the bathroom. Nigga, I'm out of here. Fuck that. I'll see y'all niggas later. Rolo, what's going on? Definitely appreciate all y'all for tuning in. And for those getting new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But, it's the truth. Gotta have to start coming together at some point. And even for those that don't want to come together, y'all stay in the fucking battlefield there. And don't worry and get mad when things are starting to change and the people don't want you involved in that. Because when we try to get you involved, you didn't want to be part of that. And that's at some point, I feel that happening. Some people are just going to get pushed to the bushes because guess what? When we try to give you the opportunity to get down and be a part of the change, you didn't want to be a part of it. So don't want to be a part of it now.
And people don't want to help build the house; they just want to take shelter. And bro, don't work that way.
Yeah.
Don't work that way, man.
Nah, sometimes they just want to burn the fucking house down. They don't want to fucking, they don't even want to shelter sometimes. They just want to burn the place down. Like, nigga, come on. At some point, you got to get it in your heads. You want things to change for the better, you're going to have to try to do better. And how can the kids even do better if you ain't showing them nothing outside of social media and just shit that's going on in the streets?
But also, like I said too, bro, we need to like I said, I was just telling my sister yesterday, bring the kids through the summer. I'm gonna teach them, self-defense. And we got friends and family. I'm gonna teach all of them. But I can only like me by myself. To be honest with you, I can only handle mine right now. If I get a couple more people, then I can get some other people. But ultimately, that's how it's gonna start. But you know how thing when you start something, it snowballs. Um, the key is start something, just do something. Even if it's with your family, your nieces, your nephew, start with that. I mean, it's enough. We done talked enough, man. It's time to actually start implementing. And like I said, all this stuff, we on the internet right now sharing ideas with one another. We got to take this into our home and implement it into our immediate family. And then as we start doing it, like I said, we are the leaders that we looking for. As we start doing it, we gonna rub off on our families, and then they start doing it. That's how it starts, man.
Facts.
But
Shout
I
out to
mean, coming
everybody
off,
that pulled in. Shout out to everybody that pulled in. DBN, my nigga. What's going on? Nah, but you're gonna have to. And I
coming
believe
on
you're
here,
gonna get it though, bro. I believe you're gonna get it together. I believe some people gonna come together for that, especially if that's what you're trying to do. You just gotta get the right people sometimes. That's all it is. You might have some people who's down with it, and you're gonna have some people that are skeptical, but if they see this is really where it's going, they'll jump in. I definitely believe it's gonna come together for you though, bro. And I told somebody, I said, it doesn't matter what you doing or what you present, even if it's on here. You're gonna have the right people that want to get down with these things, and they're gonna definitely be a part of it, one way or another. Just like even when it come down to people supporting each other, like even when it come down to hit, I seen that almost everybody, whether they knew or whether they been here for a minute, almost everybody is grown. And whoever hate content creators, they've been around the right people, supporting the right people. That's how it starts too. Sometimes got to support the right stuff. See, lately I've been seeing one or two little things lately, and it's like and some people probably might be mad. I honestly don't care because some things I'm just not going to be wanting to see every fucking day. And if it ain't nothing that's going along the lines of trying to build or even just trying to bring some sort of peace and unity, I don't really care.
yeah, I don't get all on that. Can you hear me, bro? Okay, there it goes.
Yeah, you good
But
now.
like,
You good.
I got all my equipment in the garage. When I opened the garage, we had some new neighbors, and he was like, "Oh, you do mixed martial arts?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "You think you can train my son? How much you charge?" I'm like, "Man, just bring them through." When I have my nieces and nephews, I mean, I'm so passionate about it. I want to teach, and I want to give it to people. And my wife yell at me because I could be making money, but a lot of times I just do it out of the love, man, because I know how to do it. So me giving it away, I understand, making money, but like I said, money ain't everything to me, bro. I'm good. I'm comfortable. So I don't. Every time I do something for somebody, I don't look for money, man. I just want to make sure they get the information. That's more valuable than what they can pay me. So people can pay you and still not learn the shit. I just want to make sure you learn it. That's my payment, knowing that I benefited you. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I'm built.
Yeah. Nah, and that's what I'm saying. You got some people that do stuff and they don't even be wanting much. Like one of my boys was asking me one day. He said, "Yo, son, how much you gonna charge me for?" I forgot what the hell. I forgot what he asked me for. But this was a while back. I told him, I said, "Yo, bro, did you really just ask me that question?" He said, "Yo, come on, Nate. Nah, son." He said, "I'm trying to look out. This is that." I said, "Yo, bro, I've never asked you for nothing, and I said if I was going to ask you for something, you would know. I would have told you off the rip. I told you this because nigga, you my people. Like I want to make sure your child is getting the proper information that they need, and you getting the proper information. I said I ain't ask you for nothing. I don't want nothing from you, bro. Like what I want is for you and your child to still be strong and doing what y'all got to do, and that's it. Shoot, just like my mom's when she was living, and she was my mom's was one of the presidents for the tenant association in New York City housing. But see what she was doing exactly the right things that was supposed to be done. They was making sure that these kids was getting stuff for they was getting Christmas stuff, making sure they was getting school supplies, also making sure they was getting tutoring, so on and so forth. They used to have events for them, like little Halloween parties and stuff like that. That's the shit my mom's was really into, as far as trying to make sure everybody was doing something. And a lot of things my mom did, like she was kind of appealing this community. It ain't nothing nobody can say foul about my mom's and think that I ain't gonna be on their neck about it. But it ain't nothing never really been said foul because my mom's is just like how I am to a degree. I get love everywhere I fucking go because I'm just me. But I don't tolerate no shit I don't need to tolerate. And I keep myself in accordance. And if I can help you the best way, I'm gonna try to help you. It ain't because I want something, it's because I just want to see something happen.
Hey, let me say this too, bro, because I've been rocking with you for like 3 months, and we've been, bro. I think we've been dropping jewels. And I just want to tell people when we had these conversations, not only listen to them, but take it back to the home, talk to your people. Shit, encourage them to come and listen. Encourage them to come and participate in this. This is how things change, man. We can't just be. I mean, we just sitting up here talking about awareness and stuff. That's kind of like complaining. We gotta take action if we really serious about changing. You gotta take action. You gotta put these things into practice. Not only that, I encourage everybody to start hitting these panels and share your insight. Ask questions. Be more interactive. We talk about coming together as a community. Let's do it for real. Hit the links. Get into the conversation. Just don't be a spectator. You know, give your insight. Everybody has something to offer, even if it's a question to bring more clarity, to bring more understanding. Um, I really want to see people prosper, bro. I do it in real time. So on here, I mean, I just feel like I can reach a lot more people. And if we really, really talking about changing, we got to put the information into practice.
Nah, and that's the thing. Like, see the couple weeks, was it a couple weeks ago? I know I showed but I know somebody was like, "Damn, I couldn't see what you was." Well, one person said they couldn't see it fully clear, but I know for a fact they did. I did get the number, but I didn't see the name of the yeah, because they had something going on, like even out here recently. Like, see, even when I get certain information, I try to post it up or I try to just share it because, especially for the people in my city, like some of y'all be crying and moping. New York City Housing got a whole bunch of different workshops right now they got going on. Not just New York City Housing, just half of these New York City jobs, period. Whether they state or they city, they got some opportunities, and then they got other job opportunities that you can get in smooth enough. You just got to be willing to really do whatever. And sometimes some of these jobs I feel is corny only because they take forever to call you back. Like, see, one of my boys applied for MTA in 2002. Them niggas just called them back last year sometime. But that's because that's how you know it be so many different people trying to get on and trying to get in. It's so many different names to go through. But when they called him, he was like, "Y'all just now calling me. Listen, I'm already working for this. I'm working for the city, but it ain't y'all." He got called for something else. I think he got called for. Damn, it wasn't. I forgot what he got called for, but that was a good city job too. And he like, nigga, shoot, I'm just almost making the same amount as them. It's just my hours. He said the only thing I ain't got to worry about, I don't have to worry about those random drug tests. He said I don't do much anyway, but I don't got to worry about that type of shit. So he good. But it's sad because some of these jobs really be like that. You'll be sitting on a waiting list forever, and then when they finally decide to call you up, don't call me up 5, 10 years later after I probably done got a job by now. Why even go through all of that? But there are opportunities for people. Even when it come down to certain things, I try to drop whatever I can drop information wise, even if it's the simplest thing, like I drop that number for domestic violence or any type of violence. That's still information being brought out there, you know. And again, some people ain't gonna want to hit the panel. I already know this. But then again, you can't say all this other stuff and you ain't trying to be a part of the conversation. I could, like I said, some people don't even read the replay chats. So again, sometimes it's good for y'all to pop up and give y'all views and opinions because again, it ain't just us bringing the awareness. We want to let everybody know that you have people out here who care and want to see some sort of change. Period. Papa Will, what's going on? Realist, what's going on, y'all?
Realest Papa Will, what up, fam? But yeah, most definitely. Just don't everybody got a voice. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's just your personal experience, even if it's your pain, you know what I'm saying? You made it through it. That's all I talk about, man. I talk about, what I've been through and what helped me. And I share that information. I don't talk about nothing that I got degrees in. I don't even talk about nothing I got licenses in. You know, I'm coming to share information that can help people on a personal level.
Big facts.
It ain't about being better than nobody. I'm trying to give information to help people. And like you
Yep.
said, my bad, go ahead, bro.
No, 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 you good. I was going to tell Papa Will, yes, Papa Will, you're a part of the management squad now. So you might be able to do a little bit of everything now. I was trying to do that the other damn day. 'Cause I done put 4 managing mods on my channel. But I only did that because I know in case one or two of them might be down and out, I still got one or two more that's on it. So, but yeah, you good though, bro.
But no, I said, I mean, because, people come on here and a lot of times they just talk about the problem. They don't supply no solutions for them. That's just complaining. We gotta come together, and that's why it takes everybody collectively. Because all the problems that we face, it ain't one way to fix it. We gotta hit it from multiple angles. So that's why it's important for people to participate. I mean, this ain't the beef sector. This ain't um, we ain't no celebrities. No, we real people with real problems trying to help one another. That's all, bro.
Fact. But see, some people lost even that type of sense of humanity because it's like, oh, these niggas don't know what they talking about. And that's how they think sometimes. Some people, oh, they don't be knowing what the fuck
Yeah.
they talking about. No, it's not that we don't know. We like I told somebody the other day, he tried to say something stupid. I said, bro, how could you say something stupid like that when I'm literally outside almost every other fucking day? You act like I just be sitting in my house, sitting on the internet, or just sitting on this thing talking and just doing nothing all day. No, nigga, I be out and about. I go visit my grandmother. I go make sure she's straight. Her birthday coming up Thursday. I go make sure she good. I go do a lot of different things. I run my errands. I do what I'm supposed to do. All in all, fuck
But
out of
see
here,
that
man.
that's the problem right there. Is people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people, we talk about positive things. People come in here trolling. Those are the problems right there. People even thinking like that, bro.
Facts.
Like so I said, we find more ways to keep ourselves separated from one another. Somebody actually got some information, especially in the black community. If you get an intelligent brother to come in and people don't want to listen to him because the first thing they think, oh, he thinks he better than us. Listen to the way he talks. He talking proper, or he wearing a suit. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, this motherfucker trying to come in and give you information, and you trying like that shit don't make sense to me. That's why I feel like a lot of people don't want to do better, and when motherfuckers try to fix things, they intentionally fuck it up because now they got to put in work. Now they're gonna be held accountable.
Yeah. And see, that's my thing. I could sit here and tell somebody it's not about, oh, you just talking, you ain't doing nothing. Talking is the first step to doing anything. Communication is the first step to anything that's going to be possibly moving forward. You have to have information. You have to have communication and conversation with people. Because again, I can have a whole bunch of ideas, but if I'm not sure which idea is the best one, that's when you need people to fucking chime in and say something. Because you want to try to make the best possible options and the best, type of results. I told somebody I could care less to a degree, and I say that because I'm truthful. I don't care about certain things. I just want to see people building. I do want to see some sort of changes, even if it ain't benefiting me. Because I'm good. I'm living accordingly like I'm supposed to be. I don't gotta be rich. I don't gotta be out here trying to prove that. No, I'm not doing none of that because I don't have to do that. I've been a humble person my whole time. Even when I had money at a young age, I was still humble. Like it ain't nothing new. Because if you can't fucking handle the simplest money when you young, how you gonna handle any type of money when you get older? See, we had that type of okay, you want money, you're gonna have to earn it. You either gonna have to do some chores or you gonna have to do something around or somebody needs your help with something, you do so. See, my mom did something different because sometimes she be like, boy, money don't grow on trees. You want this, you're gonna have to do this. And that's what I used to do sometimes. My neighbor, she needed something because sometimes she wasn't able to get out. You going to the store, can you do me a favor? I got you. What you need? Yeah, baby, take this $5 for yourself and go get this, down, and third. All right, say no more. I used to do that with her and a few other people, especially the ones that I knew couldn't really get out. And sometimes they didn't even want much. One day the lady sent me to the store. The only thing she wanted was a 2 liter soda. I'm getting ready to give her back her change. She gave me $100 bill. I'm getting ready to give her back her change. She like, what you doing? I'm like, you give you back your change. No, boy, that's for you. Why you giving me this much money for? Because you've been doing so much and you don't necessarily have to. But you do it anyway because it's a respect level there. Why wouldn't I respect you too? Man, listen, every fucking day since that day, anytime that lady needed something, yo, you need something, let me know now. Even to this day right now, yo, you need something, let me know now. Because I wasn't expecting much of nothing from her. Like sometimes she would give, sometimes she'd be like, here's a couple of dollars, here's this, here's this. But when she fucked me up that day, I was just like, oh yeah, you gotta be right with especially the elders, because some of these elders will look out for you one way or another. If they ain't giving you some sort of gems, they might give you something along the lines that you wasn't even expecting it. And even when you try to be like, nah, I don't know, this is for you. You gotta respect that. Because they doing that out the kindness of their heart too.
Drop down real quick, baby. Brother. Baby going crazy.
They going crazy.
Yeah, but definitely, bro. Appreciate you letting me come up, and I'm gonna jump back on. If you still on, my wife here, I'll jump back on.
Thanks, bro. You already know anytime the panel open, bro, you already know, son. Love is love over here, son. That's anybody. Y'all know that anytime the panel open, y'all more than welcome to come up and really be vocal about it. Because again, how we gonna make changes if nobody's really adding to the conversations or the solution? But this was definitely a good topic, And again, we're gonna have to get back to that sense of reality, and again, attack everything from every angle, which is true. We want the kids to stop doing certain things. It got to start from home. And if it's not going to start from home, it needs to start within the community. The people are going to have to start getting more involved, regardless to what. You can't pussyfoot, how they would say. You can't pussyfoot now. You got to really put your best foot forward. You want to see the changes, you're going to have to make them. And the right people are going to have to come together. And this is a blueprint right here for some people that feel they want to make a change, whether it's on this internet or whether it's in real time or both. You gotta be 10 toes down on everything that you're doing and everything that you're saying and that you believe in. See, like at some point when things get to where I want it to be at, oh, trust me, you're gonna be getting some content at some point. There's gonna be different content. Like, oh, he really, yeah, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be trying to do, even if it ain't every day. I'm gonna try to do what I can do. You know, it's time to really start being a vocal part of this. Start bringing the changes that need to be brought. So this way, we can at least have a little bit of comfortability. And when all else fails and these establishments ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing, then we got to come together and figure out how we fix the problems and then just start fixing them. You know? But if everybody's going to continue to have beef amongst each other and a whole bunch of nonsense, then it's never going to get nowhere. I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. I ain't going to hold y'all too long. It's almost time for me to get up out this plantation. And I'm not going to be holding no phone as cold and windy as it is tonight. It just stopped snowing, so I'm a little bit happy. But I'm not happy because it's too damn windy. But definitely appreciate y'all for being a part of the convo. Shout outs to the word. And definitely shout outs and blessings to Miss April Showers. If y'all haven't already dropped links and shown each other love, please do so. And this is definitely going to be another topic of conversation again. But this really needs to happen because, again, some of you parents are going to cry and mope about situations, but then in the same token, you're watching your kid destroy themselves and you're not trying to be a vocal part of that. When you really sit there and do what you need to do, you ain't got to worry about kids being rebellious. You ain't got to worry about the kids wanting to be screw ups. Now, some of them are already going to do what they're going to do because this is what's already being taught at home. You can only try to reach out to those who really are going to want to improve and make the work happen. Yeah, we got some snow. We got snow earlier this morning, Papa Will, but unlike other spots, no snow stuck on the ground. It's still too humid, even though it's windy and it's the humidity still up. The humidity is at fucking 60 right now in the city, I believe. That's why ain't nothing melting. We've been getting snow, but this winter ain't been winter in New York City. This shit been like Florida. We had a specific couple days where it was, damn, it's freezing. It's winter time. Everything else been warm as hell. It's like yesterday. I came outside and it was warm as shit, even though it was raining. But I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll definitely have this convo again. If you was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout outs to the replay gang. Shout outs to the Shadow Watchers rocking with your boy. And for everybody that was in attendance tonight, y'all already know love is love and it will be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all you're going to get over here is real topics, real building solutions. Just real, period. I definitely hope y'all all stay safe. Keep the third eye open. Y'all see me running around the streets at some point. Y'all definitely have a good one. And don't worry, you're going to get your little morning sight with your boy, so you're going to definitely be in here. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.